What is your motive for action? What is it that drives you in your life today, not 10 years ago, or are you running the same pattern?
My number one belief about leadership is you're a servant. Here's what I mean specifically. The word hero that is in the archetype of like men and you and I bet, is it true that inside of you want to be the best, you want to create the best, share the best, do the best? Is that a metaphor for you in your life? So I think people in this room tend to have that as their metaphor. So all of us at some level, man or woman wants to be a hero. The word hero in its Latin root means servo. Servo means servant. The hero, why they're the hero, is become the ultimate servant to something larger than themselves. People and so forth. The person who thinks they're going to lead by demand or by position can only lead for a short period of time. But the person whose idea of serving is, my belief is, if you can find a way to take any group of people and help them to experience their needs at a richer, deeper level than anyone else, then together you guys can get anything done. But together you can get to that point. Because needs are ultimately what we're after. We're not after the vehicle we think we're after. You want $1 billion, then you get it. I got plenty of clients, and I will tell you, it is not the end game.
If you're trying to become successful, you need to make sure that you're not only doing whatever is in the best interest of you, but for those around you, trying to improve those people around you that you genuinely care about, and those who you love, and those people on your team or your family. Because when you're improving yourself and them, that's going to make your situation better. Because if they're feeling good, you're feeling good. If they're doing great, you're going to be doing great. Because it's all about that team mentality, and you want to make sure that your team is at the top. The best way to improve the team is by improving yourself, so that way you can improve the others. One of the best things that can help you in becoming successful is finding a way to lead those around you. And if you can lead your team, you'll be able to lead anybody in the world, because your team and your family, whatever the case may be, is going to be people who care about you and those who genuinely want the best for you. And if you can figure out a way to lead them and help them grow and learn alongside you, that's going to be an irreplaceable asset in your repertoire, because not many people are going to be able to do that, nor will they be willing to do that. Because it's all about the mentality of you wanting the best out of you. And if you have everybody else around you firing on all cylinders, putting in their best effort, giving their best work, and you're there to help benefit from that, then it's going to be able to make you move smarter and faster towards your goals in a way that you're not going to be able to replicate, because so many people are different and everybody's going to learn and grow different ways.
I think it's really critical that you understand that everybody wants to grow their business, and we all go through different phases, right? Just like human beings go through phases. You know, you give birth to your business and you're an infant, and an infant is a run for survival, and cash flow problems are a natural process in most cases, and you're running. Hopefully you get to a teenager where now cash flow is not a problem, you're growing like crazy, and then you have a new problem. You don't have systems in place. And maybe you get to young adult where you have to decide what you're not going to do. Eventually, hopefully you get to prime where you're growing your business revenues and you're growing your profits and you got a professional organization, you're not doing it. Because as long as you're doing it, really you don't have a business. What you have is you're self-employed. There's nothing wrong with being self-employed. But whenever you meet someone who's in business is stressed, they're always a business operator. And my focus is to become a business owner. How do you do that? You realize that the chokehold on the growth of your business is always the leader. And it's your skills and it's your psychology. And I found it's 80% psychology and 20% skills. But really, most importantly, you got to get it through what I call the threshold of control. And this, to me, is the secret to really succeeding in business. And it's pretty simplistic. Most of us in life, we work so hard for things. We think life's going to be a certain way, but as you're going to discover, life is never a straight line. And so it's a process of evolving, of growing, dropping back, and challenges are what really grow us. You know, your life is a great story. Question is, some people's story is a warning, some people's story is an example. Right now, you're an example that's growing and expanding, and you have a chance to have this be the most incredible life, but it won't be a life without challenge. Facing right now, give you an opportunity to grow like very few generations. You know, I'm sure you've heard of the Great Generation, the World War II generation. If you watch a great movie, if you read a great book, you know, the size and the power of the hero, how much you become as a hero is defined by how tough. And so sometimes when I've been through the toughest times of my life, one of the questions I've had to ask myself or note to myself is, I finally have a really worthy opponent. This is scaring the hell out of me, or this is challenging me, or this is making me crazy. But I also know in my gut and in my soul that if I can push through, it's just like you've done, but as you push through those, you become more, something magical happens. You don't just grow.
And I will tell you, it is not the end game. And so then they go after their second billion. Or you think it's getting married, and then you get it and you find out it's not the end game. There's certain needs that have to be there, and the ultimate needs are growing and giving. Because you only can feel so good filled up by yourself. So my core belief is, I gotta serve, I can lead. Because I believe motive does matter. If my motive is just to get you to do something for me, if I strategize, if I think, if I feel, and also if it serves a greater good, even if I don't intend it. If the bumblebee goes to try to get the nectar it wants, its selfish goal, I believe there's a higher power that guides it all. And when that bumblebee goes, it doesn't intend to give anything but pollen sticks to its legs. As it goes about trying to get what it wants, that's how flowers are created. I really believe that everything has a web of connection. If your intent is to serve yourself, you're still going to serve something more than yourself, and you're going to get a certain amount of insight. If your intent and your motive is to serve something yourself, but also something more, just your kids.
Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let us know what you thought down in the comment section down below.